About 2 weeks ago, I decided to join Hive Saturdays, a weekly and my first content creator event hosted by Rubixel and I think some other people, maybe, I'm not entirely sure. So I joined the Discord for the event and everything seems to look normal. It's a pretty standard event, I think. There would be 5 games, each awarding a certain amount of points depending on how well you do in them, and there would be 6 teams of 2 competing for a prize of $100. At this point, I know nothing about the event. I'm not even entirely sure if I'm gonna be in it. Rubixel said that the teams would be announced a day later, so I'm thinking, okay, hopefully I'll make the cut and hopefully I'll be able to play in this tournament and it'll be cool. I wonder who my teammate will be. So about a day goes by and I see who my teammate is. And it's this person called Energy807, I think is the numbers. I'm not entirely sure. He's not someone who I'd ever talked to up to that point, but I knew who he was. I've watched a couple of his videos in the past, so I sent him a DM on Discord, that is. So I see that he sends me a message on Discord. I'm thinking it's just gonna be a message saying hi or something, but his first message I see just says address ? And in my head I'm going what is this dude talking about? Whose first message to someone ever is just address? What's your address? And then his second message comes through and he just says donating a PC with no context. What? Say that one again? I've never talked to this person in my life, and his first 2 messages he sent me are asking for my address and telling me that he's donating a PC. So I have no idea what's going on. So I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? And he says he's donating me a PC because all the other teams on PC and he wants it to be fair or something. And I still think he's joking, but he confirms, nope, this is for real. Now I decide not to do it because, this is my first interaction with him ever, and I don't really want to give him my address immediately. I feel like that is not the smartest thing to do from my perspective. And that is also definitely not something that I do on a whim. I talk with my parents and stuff if I'm giving out our address to random people on the internet, which I am not doing. Well, he's not a random person on the internet, but he, I don't really know him. I'm definitely not sending him my social security number or anything. So I tell him that, and he's like, okay. But I still think it's kind of crazy how that's my first interaction with him. That was very funny. As we're having this conversation, it's about a week away from the tournament starting, I think. I might be way off. So as the day goes by, more information gets revealed about the tournament, including the maps we're going to play, the eligible game modes, and things like that. Actually, those might have all been visible earlier. I don't really remember. Eventually, it's the night before the tournament, which is a Friday night because, the event is called Hive Saturdays. It's about 9:30 p.m. for me. I'm about to start my going to bed routine. By the way, I'm doing just absolutely nothing in these games. I'm just running around for no reason. As I was saying, I'm about to go to bed and I decide I'm going to take one last look at all the rules and announcements and stuff for the tournament just to make sure I haven't missed anything important, So I'm checking all the channels and I see this message in announcements. So I start reading the message and I see that the message says the Energy807 is not going to be able to play in the tournament. And it takes me a second to realize what that means. In my head, I'm going well, that's not ideal, but it doesn't really affect me in any way. Wait a minute. That guy's my teammate. Uh-oh. If I didn't happen to look at the announcements channel in the Discord server, I would have started the event thinking my teammate was still going to be Energy807. So my new teammate is someone called ZXTime, who I didn't know at all, basically. I'm dead. That's unfortunate. So I click on ZXTime's YouTube channel, and the first video I click on is a past live stream from 2 months ago, and it's about his 170-something capture the flag win streak. And immediately, I'm thinking, I like this. This is good news. And to be clear, I don't mean Energy leaving is good news. I mean just the fact that my new teammate is also crazy as I die due to lag. So I send my new teammate ZXTime a message basically saying, we're screwed, we're going to die. Because for context, everyone else in this tournament is actually good at the game compared to me. I'm the only mobile player and I'm definitely the player with both the worst mechanics and the least amount of experience playing Hive. So that's a good recipe for success. However, ZXTime, my new teammate, looks like he's just the greatest Hive player of all time or something. So although I still feel like we're gonna get last place, I feel like there's maybe a chance we can do something. So I go to bed, I sleep, I wake up at 6 a.m. for some reason, even though I never wake up that early. And eventually it becomes 9 a.m., the time of the tournament. I hop in a VC with ZX Time. He's chill, he's cool, he's also live streaming the event, and the first Hive Saturdays finally starts. All the participants get to vote on what order the games will be played and what games will be played. So the game that wins the first vote is Def Run. Now, I kind of suck at Def Run, and you only get points for being in the top 3 out of like 14 people. I'm just kind of running in circles right now. I don't know what I'm doing. The first 2 games I'm actually going to gloss over a little bit. Basically, we get destroyed. In the Def Run game, I get like 10th, which is, I think, third to last place or something. And ZX Time gets like 7th, 0 points for us. The second game that gets voted in is Sky Wars, and we also get completely tossed. We get killed kind of early, and we don't get any kills. And so after 2 of the 5 rounds, we have 0 points, and one team is just dominating, and that team is Evident and Ponty Boy. They have like 11 points or something to everyone's like 4. No one is close to them in points. I'm gonna die here probably, unless I pull off a god combo. What the heck? Okay, I'm still gonna die. Rip. Basically, Ponty and Evident are just walking everyone else in the tournament through 2 games. They're doing great. And we have 0 points, so it's not looking good for us. The third game that gets voted to be played is Block Drop. And ZX Time told me before the tournament that he's like never lost a block drop game in a tournament or something, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. Well, not for me, but for my teammate, and that's points for both of us. Literally, as we're waiting for the custom server to be made for block drop, I'm going through the point system for block drop, and I see that for whatever reason, if you're the first person to die in block drop, you get like 2 points or something like that, or maybe 3, I forget, but it's the same amount of points as you get for placing third. So I'm thinking, I'm not that good at block drop. What if I just like intentionally fall off the map? Maybe no one else will notice this rule, and it'll just be a free however many points. The game starts, and I get really lucky. I spawn right next to the void. So I decide to go for it. I'm jumping off the edge as quickly as I can. I'm gonna die again. Aw. So the game starts, I immediately jump off, and unfortunately, I get beaten by Turbo Piggy for the 3 points for dying first. Luckily, my teammate is the greatest block drop player of all time, and against both Evident and Ponty Boy, the team that's currently in first, he's able to outlast both of them and relegate them to second and third place finishes, respectively, while he gets first. Now, him getting first is cool and all, but because I died immediately, Evident and Ponty got more points than us, so they extend their lead. After 3 out of the 5 games, Evident and Ponty are just destroying everyone. They've got like an 11 to 4 point lead, which is massive. If me and ZX Time want to have a chance of winning the tournament, we're gonna need to absolutely pop off in the next game. The game that gets voted as the 4th game is Treasure Wars. We spawn in and we see Turbo and Danda are our first rush, and for anyone who doesn't know those 2 people, that is a team that is pretty good at PvP, especially Danda. So immediately I'm thinking we're gonna die, but luckily when we rush them they seem a little bit uncoordinated and we're able to eventually get their treasure and take them out. Oh, that's a nice clutch. I'm gonna die though. I'm definitely gonna, oh, I'm still alive, that's good, okay. I'm dipping, see ya. After taking out our first rush, we go to middle, because that's what you do. And thus, a very long tug of war for middle ensues. That tug of war is against the team of Evident and Ponty, which is the team that's in the lead by a ton. We kind of go back and forth, although me and ZX Time never really kill them. They just kind of like go back to their base sometimes, so we're able to get emeralds. And I try to annoy them when they're at their base and make them like get distracted while my teammate gets emeralds. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that they were our main competition in this game. Everyone else besides Evident, Ponty, me, and ZX Time were dead except for GM19, who was a solo without a treasure, so it was really just between us and Evident and Ponty. Eventually, we decide to rush their base because we have block breaker boomboxes. We successfully get their treasure, but in the process, while we're at their base, GM19 comes out of nowhere and gets our treasure, which leads to me unexpectedly dying as a final kill. And now it's up to ZX Time to hopefully somehow win the game against 3 other players, 2 of which are on one team. Luckily, ZX Time is able to get full diamond armor, and that in combination with his like crazy PvP skills means we eventually win the game. Although there was a little bit of a scoring controversy because ZX Time was supposed to go to middle per the orders of Rubixel, but when he went to middle, he got kind of rolled and then left. So as a result, we got deducted a point, but that wasn't too big of a deal. We still won the game and got quite a few finals. And after the Treasure Wars game, we were solidly in second place. But Evident and Ponty were still doing really well. They were 8 points ahead of us. However, the 4th game that was voted was Survival Games. And because it was the last game of the tournament, it gave out a ton of points. You would get 2 points per kill and like 5 or 6 points for winning, which basically meant we had a chance of like popping off and maybe beating Evident and Ponty, although it would take a lot of luck and a lot of kills. So the survival games starts and we decide not to go to middle. We're just gonna dip and try to get really rich and then start going for kills. And the first part of the plan goes pretty well. We get some decent armor. After a while, we third party a fight, and that fight happens to include Evident and Ponty Boy, as well as Turbo Piggy and Danda, but importantly, Evident and Ponty. ZX Time is able to kill Evident. I'm able to almost kill Turbo Piggy, but he's able to get away. And at this point, we're feeling really good. Ponty is the only one left of the Evident and Ponty team. We have our full team left. We have 1 kill, which isn't a lot, but it's not bad. And if we're able to get a couple more kills and win the game, we're gonna win the tournament. A little while after, we see another fight happening and we decide to third party. I struggle to find a ladder in the dark. That was very embarrassing, which leads to me getting pretty far behind and ZX Time going in on his own for the first about 10 seconds of the fight or so. As we're fighting, I think things are going well, but then my teammate gets trapped in a cobweb, which is not good, and he gets killed, and that is really not good because he kind of hard carried me in this event. So without him, I just had no chance. And although I'm winning a fight against someone, their teammate comes and starts stabbing me from behind and kills me, and it's game over. We lose the tournament. Ponty wins the survival games, and Evident and Ponty win the tournament as a whole as I die. That was quite fitting. It was a really fun tournament. I'll probably be in another one at some point. The players rotate out each week, so I haven't been in the second or third Hive Saturdays, but hopefully I'll be in one soon. It was definitely a lot of fun. I'll leave everyone's links, including the event organizer and my teammate and Energy 807, my supposed to be teammate as well. I have no idea if this story was coherent at all, but hopefully it was. Thank you for watching. See you next time, and bye-bye.